Why does OnlyFans seem like a US thing? Wouldn't you expect poorer countries to try to be on it as a way to make money rather than highly developed ones? There's a lot of girls from Latin America also. I'm still confused as to how of members make money against an ocean of free porn. It makes little sense from the simple economic viewpoint, unless there's a value aspect I'm unaware of. I'm assuming it meets the same need as porn. For people who've spent money on of, why do that versus accessing the limitless free stuff online? Of is a British company HQ'd in London. It just seems American because that's where most of the users are. Porn isn't a great way for normal people to get out of poverty. It's usually a way for lazy people to make a quick buck. Most of the content creators on of aren't very successful, earning an average of $180 a month from it. We have one well-known of girl in our country, and the treatment she receives is so inhumane. She even have to live in another country to escape. Sure of brings money, but you have to take mind the culture and acceptance level. I don't care how a person makes money, but that is not the case for the majority in poor country like mine. There are absolutely people in poorer countries on OnlyFans. I think the customers are primarily in the US though. In fact, if you look on Reddit, there are Romanian, Ukrainian, etc. women on here. Of Wasi's pretty big in Australia. Given the other answers, I may go out on a limb here and suggest maybe it's because poorer countries don't have the volume of people with cash to spend on to make it worthwhile. It's really pretty hard to make OnlyFans into a job. You kind of have to spend a lot of time building a non-porn audience on non-porn platforms first and sort of funnel them over to the porn as a side thing. Most people who are that deep in poverty don't have the time or the resources to try and make a social media career happen. Well, it is not a US thing. It's huge in Australia. Two sister twins are in it and made headlines cause they have pre-approval to buy a $5 million house from it. Plenty of Eastern Europeans on of triple and now content tbh. OnlyFans is definitely international, based out of England, though it has around 2 million adult content producers in the US. 98 of the platform is adult content, 45 of users are in America, 2 is UK, 47 of content providers have a second real job, 87 of subscribers are males vs 10 female. And get this, 60 of the top 300 highest grossing people are women of color, 1 miller. 54 of present content providers are male, and 46 are female, of which 62 produce content daily to weekly. And here's the real truth, on average, a content creator makes $151 a month. That means a whole lot of folks make a whole lot less than that. And remember, of is only one of several online platforms. The chances of you know someone who produces adult content for of or another one of many platforms out there. How many of the poor people in poor countries have internet in their home and a digital money system available to them? There's a ton of Asian cam girls, but their model seems to be spamming Instagram comments sections to advertise their service and doing video calls over WhatsApp or Telegram, and payments are done directly, e.g. UPI in India, a free bank-to-bank transfer that only needs a phone number. Poor countries often don't want to pay for digital things, especially as a free version is available. Poor people are rarely hot. Well, there's also some countries where porn or uncensored is illegal, and you aren't even supposed to have videos on your phone like that in those countries. So there's that aspect too. That being said, those countries usually have way worse in NTH rooms, etc. I'm looking at you, South Korea. And if you're curious, Stephanie Sue did a whole series on the Dr. Chat rooms and the NTH rooms. Rant aside, they probably just respect themselves way too much for that, or raised on values about community instead of individualism likes the States, so it'd be a shame on their whole family, etc. if people close to them found out. I'm not saying of models or porn stars don't respect themselves, just that the aspect of how those countries usually think and feel. Poorer countries have less expendable income. Food over tits, I'm assuming, plus, you can see tits for free if you have an internet connection and a device with a working screen. People in the US are lazy and want the easiest possible way to make money. Source, me. I'm one of them, and you probably are too. Because the US has massive population, and massive population means a lot of stupid people who would actually pay for some talentless girls' photos or videos. It's because nobody in US wants to read subtitles. Not because it takes focus away from your right hand, rather literacy is really low in the US, as most students instead learn to better hide from mass shooters in schools. You think they have reliable access to the internet?